If you look at what is happening in terms of the international community, you can see that Museveni is still needed in that region. You had the Americans sending approximately 100 troops to go and fight Joseph Kony. Museveni is still needed there for the international community. What do you think about that intervention from America to send troops there? And it seems the Europeans are sending troops as well, or they're on the way to go and support the Americans. What do you think about that intervention?
While I have my reservations, I would like to take the Americans, the European Union, and members of the international community in the right perspective. They have not said they are sending troops to Uganda to support Museveni. And I wouldn't like to believe they are doing so, thinking that Museveni is the right man for our country, having ruled that country for over 2.5 decades, now 26 years. One of the now, after Gaddafi, the third longest serving dictator on the continent. I don't think they want to be part of that. I don't see Cameroon saying, yes, we are pro that type of despotism, a person who has denied his people, a person who is too corrupt by all records and by all statistics, a regime that is among those that have made their states dangerously failed. Uganda now is among the 21 dangerously failed states. Actually, they have stated that they are coming to Uganda or to the region to fight Kony. My reservations are on this point that Kony terrorized Ugandans, cutting people's mouth, and together with Museveni, by the way. They did it together because it takes two to tango. For 21 years. For the last 4 or so years, we have seen that subside, and the Kony even left the field, went as far as Central African Republic. Kony at the moment is not at his highest as a risk to the people of Uganda, neither as a risk to neighbors. He can easily be got. And the easiest way to get Kony is actually to bring democracy to Uganda. Because Kony is a Ugandan, and once Museveni is out, as he has always claimed, and as in many of the past elections and opportunities for peace talks he has said, Kony has always said, as long as Museveni is out of power, then he wants to come and live peacefully with the people of Uganda. The option for the international community in this one is to ensure that it works with the democratic forces within Uganda to depose a dictatorship that is ranked 3rd worst now in the world. Secondly, it is also important for America, the EU, and any other members of the international community to be on the side of the suffering majorities in Uganda and in the neighboring Sudan, Chad, Central African Republic, and the Sahel. It would be very dangerous.
You mean the DRC?
Yes, DRC. It would, yeah, that's right. Thank you for correcting. It would be very dangerous for the international community to start work with a despot, just as one opting to work with Gaddafi at a time when the people of Libya and the people of Africa and the people of the Arab world want him out.
Okay. Now you can see there is a saying which goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The fact that America is sending troops, have sent 100 troops to Uganda to go and fight Joseph Kony, and the fact that the Europeans are on their way there, it is legitimizing the government of Museveni.
Seemingly.
Well, yes. Do you think it's a good move by the international community at this period when the Ugandan people are asking for change, democratic change in Uganda, for them to be cooperating with Museveni in this way, regardless of the cause?
Dealing with Museveni and getting him out of our way is the primary responsibility of Ugandans. Issues of an international kind of agenda is the responsibility of all community of nations and the international community, which Uganda is also part. As I've said, I have not read anywhere where America says they are coming to support Museveni. I have not read anywhere where the EU is saying so. And I don't want to believe they have actually come to legitimize a dictator or a despot. And my appeal to them, let's continue talking about this. The solution to Konyi is very simple. Work with the democratic forces within Uganda, get rid of a despotic regime. Konyi will come back home and we shall find a solution to him, whether he has to go to ICC or not. That will be a case for Ugandans working in a community of nations. But if it is perceived, like many people have perceived, that they are coming to kind of legitimize a despot, better they come out now to show that they are on the side of the suffering majority of the people who are dying every day because of the torture, tyranny, and denial of the regime in Uganda. And I think this one, as Obama said when he was coming into administration, he said, this is the time to stand alongside the suffering majorities in Africa and time up for the dictatorship. I hope this is only going to cement that, not to legitimize a dictator.
Thank you. Mr. Lubega, we're having another issue here, which is happening in Somalia. At the current moment, there is a big number of Ugandan troops in Somalia. Don't you think it could be like a deja vu of what happened in the Democratic Republic of Congo by having Uganda intervening in the internal affairs of another country?
Last year, when I came over during the campaigns to mobilize the diaspora constituency of Uganda and to try and streamline our relationship with our traditional allies as Uganda, Britain being one of them, as you know, I said at that time that it is too much of a burden for Uganda to take and for Ugandans to take when the problem of Somalia is not just a problem of Uganda or Somalis, is a problem of East Africa, IGAD members, AU, and the international community. During that time, few believed that that policy can work. Today, I'm happy to report, and I'm happy with what is happening, that France and other members of the international community, including Britain and the United States, are now realizing that it must not only be Uganda to shoulder that burden. Our economy was too small to shoulder that burden, whether it means fighting terrorism or fighting bad governance in Somalia. In any case, we should not be seen to have condoned the maladministration in Uganda, taking our troops to Somalia without the consent of Parliament, the consent of the people. And as we speak today, it is that we want Mr. Museveni and whoever is in government to ensure that you consult your people. Parliament condones that. That's a foreign policy that I believe in, and it must be the foreign policy that we must get with into government as we fight this regime out. So our troops in Somalia have not made us safer. Our national security has been threatened more than it was 2 years ago. Today we are being targeted by El-Shabaab as if it is us witch hunting the El-Shabaab. The cause for taking troops in Somalia might have been genuine and bold, but it is a cause for all of us, not just for a few. And I'm happy with Kenya also coming in today, and every other East African nation, Burundi, and so many others. That is the way it should have been, but not to go there unilaterally the way Museveni took us there for personal interest and for him to get the money, the emoluments from the international community and eat it, not even giving it to the population that he needs today.
Thank you.